What is going on, people? Welcome into the channel. The deadline day has officially ended. The transfer window for the summer of 2025 is closed. There were teams like Derby County who made 13 a baker's dozen amount of signings. There were teams like Coventry City who made just a few and splashed a little bit of cash on the final day. So today we're going to look at what Coventry City did this transfer window, specifically what happened in the last 24 hours, as my last video, if you haven't seen it, was posted literally less than an hour before the new signings were announced. If you were in the Twitter live space yesterday, thank you so much. There were over 100 people in there at one time, which was really cool to think. And when the signing went through for Woolfenden, which we will talk about more, my space literally crashed because everyone was spamming. So that was a W even though it ended the stream. So happy days with that. Obviously, that's a bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows by now. Quickly, we will just run through Coventry City's transfer window from earliest to newest news. And before we get into the video, if you don't know who I am, my name is Joner Fatcat. I make EFL Championship and general football content. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. If you heard my cat in the background, I'm very sorry. He's very fat and hungry, even though I fed him already 10 minutes ago. So let's get in. Also love to respond to every single comment. If you're down there, let me know your thoughts, what you agree, what you disagree with, and please like the video. It helps boost the algorithm. So over the summer, we know we had the trio of lads brought in. We had Carl Rushworth on loan from Brighton, and then on free transfer from Granada, we brought in Miguel Angel Brau and Kane Kessler-Hayden from Aston Villa for a fee just under £4 million. Departure-wise, we had Jamie Patterson leave the club and go to Plymouth Argyle down in League One. Then we sold Lewis Binks to Brøndby for a couple £1 million, which everyone thought was good business. And most recently, Ben Sheaf was sold to Wrexham for £6.5 million. That one is definitely very debatable. Many people are happy. A few people are a little bit upset about it, but I think we all agree it was mutually beneficial. You take £6.5 million for a player that realistically was going to be on the bench for you unless something happened, such as an injury or a tactical change was needed, because we saw Grimes and Sheaf play together in the preseason, and let's be completely honest, it was shocking. So Ben Sheaf, yes, he could not stay healthy, but if he does stay healthy, it'll be great for him. He's only 27, and you know what? He's going to be on Netflix, so that's pretty cool. No, Hulu, sorry. Anyways, more recent stuff. What has happened in the last 24 hours? Justin Abiku on loan to Lincoln City in League One. Good for him. Move up from League 2 loan last season to League 1 this year. Very good. Norman Bissett, we all knew. Loan with an obligation to buy to Reims in League 2 in France, not the English one. Lastly, this one was a surprise. We saw this one happen live last night around 9 p.m. UK. Raphael go on loan to Wigan Athletic in League 1. That one was a bit of a surprise for people. There was some news leaked that there was going to be a departure that we weren't going to like. I'll be completely honest with you. I understand why he sent him out in League 1. He's 21 years old. He needs to start playing. I'm glad it wasn't any of the big names that, you know, could have absolutely shattered us as a fan base. And then the final news, which, like I said, crashed my Twitter space or X space. Luke Woolfenden, the center back from Ipswich Town, played in the Ipswich Academy, rose through the ranks for 14 years there. He had over 200 appearances for Ipswich. He is joining a team that is on the brink of pushing for promotion. That is his goal. That's what he said in his interview. Definitely a really good interview. Got me excited. He even had 15 appearances in the Premier League. This guy has been through it all. I'm really excited to see what he's got and what he can bring to the team. Now, before we get into my thoughts and the squad depth of the transfer window, let's just have a look at Luke Woolfenden a little bit deeper. We sort of summed it up already, but he has been very consistent with playing time for the last 5 or 6 seasons. So he was with Ipswich on their rise from League One to the Championship, up to the Premier League. Fell out of favor a bit with the manager, and that is what led to him wanting to leave. He is 6'4", he's English, and he has a ton of experience, which is exactly what this backline needed. He is going to create some really good competition with the other 2 center backs on the roster, Bobby Thomas, Liam Kitching. He'll definitely jump above Jake Bidwell in the depth chart instantly. You can make an argument that he will jump in over Bobby Thomas right away, but I'm looking forward to those two having a position battle and really just forcing and squeezing the best out of each other. Both in their primes, Bobby a bit younger, but Woolfenden has been there. He has done that. He definitely seems to have a swagger and a confidence to him, so you hope that he can come in and provide some seniority in that back line, because that is one of the things that they seem to be lacking so far this season. So I'm really excited for that. They definitely had us sweating a little bit, but it is good to definitely get someone in. There are free agents, but it looks like this is what the squad's going to be for now going forward, at least until January. So right now, we're going to go through a little active exercise together. I like to do this. I want to actually pull up a starting 11 with reserves, and I want to look at what our squad looks like, and we can compare contrast to how it used to look and if we are in a better or worse position than the start of the window. And then I will give my final thoughts and my rating on this transfer window. Ooh, now we're getting techie. Okay, let's talk through this together, okay? We are going to quickly just run out our starting lineup. Obviously, we play 4-3-3, but it's really more of 4-2-3-1 realistically. So you've got Radoni in the middle. We know, as we have harped on time and time again, Radoni has that freedom to move around wherever he wants. He likes the right side. And then that requires Mr. Victor Torp, who has been on an absolute tear, to learn to drift into these positions and cover those areas that Radoni is vacating, along with playing his position as a number 8. On the right side, right now, it may change, but I'm going to put BTA as the number 1 because if we had a game this upcoming weekend, I think that's who would be starting. There is absolutely no question who our DM is. Matty Grimes, absolute Rolls Royce of a championship DM. Very, very reliable. Put in an absolute shift, really this entire season, but against Oxford, when things started to hit the fan in the second half, he really was a dog back there, covering so much ground. On the left, little uninvolved the last match, EMC. We'll move these guys up because really they don't sit as far back as Radoni. Then across the back line, let's go with what we definitely know is correct. JDS, Milan Van Ewijk. By the way, how big was it to keep Milan Van Ewijk? I know Kane Kessler-Hayden is probably punching the air right now, but he just has to work that much harder to get into the squad now. As you know, he hasn't been off to the best start, not necessarily getting the opportunities that he probably expected. He's got time to settle in. He's very young and he's very versatile. So keep an eye out. Maybe he can shift into a different position. Someone goes down or someone falls out of form. You never know. Our keeper. Will he be our keeper by the time the season ends? Who knows? Carl Rushworth, left center back. This is really where the decisions are going to come in. We've got Liam Kitching. Obviously, we know our captain Ben Sheaf departed to Wrexham for £6.5 million. It is looking like Liam Kitching is going to be the captain. Watch it come out that it's Grimes. I thought it would have been Grimes, but Kitching has seemed to fit in very well in that leadership role. The story about him coming to play despite his wife and birth was really, really cool. I really appreciate that. And lastly now, let's look at the right center back. Is it going to be Bobby Thomas? Is it going to be Wolf? And guys, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that against Norwich City, Wolf is going to be in that starting 11. The reason for that, he has about 10 to 12 days to train with the squad. It looks like they released those videos late last night, but they were recorded during the day. So the first day that he came was September 1st. The game is on September 13th. That gives him 12 days to train, figure 1 or 2 off days, get some rapport with the guys. The way that he forced his way out of Ipswich, not necessarily forced, but I guess you could say forced. He wants to play. That's what he's there to do. He is going to come in firing. He's 26 years old. He's ready to go. He wants to beat Bobby Thomas out for that spot. And those two are going to make each other so much better. Who knows? Maybe him and Bobby Thomas could be the starting center backs by the end of the season because clearly there's a bit of a captain's curse going on with Sheaf. Maybe Bobby Thomas goes and he beats out Kitching. Who knows? But it is all good issues to have. Maybe not for the players themselves because they want to play all 90 minutes of every game. That is such a good debate and a good battle that we're going to see throughout the rest of the season. So that's our 11. This 11 can get us automatic promotion, but that's not how you get automatic promotion. How you get automatic promotion is the having players behind them who can step in and do a job. Sorry if you hear my cat. So we can see right here, I just added in the defense and the back line. So you've got Wilson, you've got Dovin coming back later this year. JDS backup is Miguel Angel Brow. Then you've got Bidwell who can kind of play left center back or left back as we discussed on Wolf and Thomas. And lastly, Kane Kessler-Hayden is a true 1-for-1 replacement backup for Milan Van Ewijk. Now let's move into the midfield and attack. This is where it starts to get a little dodgy. By the way, number 6, this is woke nonsense. It goes to EMC and not Matty Grimes. So this is fake. Guys, the way it stands right now. Sorry, cat break. EMC's backup is Haji Wright, who is our striker. That is a little bit murky. Let's go back to the midfield now. Torp's backup. It is Kai Andrews. It will eventually be Josh Eccles. Josh Eccles could probably play as an 8 or a 6, so you could probably put him in either one. Now let's go over to Grimes. Grimes has a 1-for-1 despite being a much inferior player. No disrespect to Jamie Allen. Really, it's just a testament to how good Matt Grimes is. Jamie Allen is his backup. Jack Radoni. Who in the world is Jack Radoni's backup? Probably Kai Andrews. Realistically, it's Torp. So then maybe that makes me want to go back and do this. Sorry, guys. Kill me. But hopefully Eccles can be back in the next month. I haven't mentioned his name yet because honestly, I'm still shocked that he's here because I don't even know if he's a real human or not. Latabodier can play right back, he can play center back, he can play DM. Emergency. True utility player for this team. I don't see him getting in anywhere. I do see him filling in if and when injuries are to strike. So that leaves us with 2 more positions for backups. Tatsuhiro Sakamoto as the 1A/1B with BTA. Those two are going to be in an interesting position battle. And last but not least, guys, there's no position battle here. Ellis Sims is the true backup. Realistically, he's probably the number 3 in the striking depth chart behind BTA, but BTA right now is occupying that right wing. So that's our team, boys and girls. And I'm sure I probably missed like one of our best players, but I'm not going back and looking. I'm standing on business. We really just have to be concerned about the depth of the squad. That is my number one issue with the transfer window. Listen, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to give the transfer window a 7 out of 10. It would have been a 6 out of 10, but you do have to remember that the biggest signing was made. That is the purchase of the stadium. Yes, that money is a different pot from the money to be spent on players, but what it basically does is it puts very, very high percentage success rate of the future of this club as long as Doug King is the owner. Likely, it will be passed on from generation to generation. So if you were a true fan of the club, you got to be happy about that. You never know if that had any financial implications. People say that it didn't. We definitely thinned out, but this is arguably the best 11 in the championship. And yes, that's, like I said, not how you win and not how you get automatic promotion, but when this 11 is healthy, this 11 is going to score goals. And if that back line can buckle up and use the experience of Wolf and the veteran presence that is growing and looming from Kitching to bring Rushworth up to where he can be, I think that things can definitely trend in the right direction. We definitely would have liked more points from the first 4 games, but it is a very, very long season. So I hope the next 10 days, 10 days, 11 days until the next match, the lads can really just lock in, stay fit, recover from any nagging injuries from the first 4 matches. The guys that are on international duty, best of luck. It's actually just Latibotier, I believe, and Jay Da Silva as well. No, I'm a liar. It's Kai Andrews, Jay Da Silva, Latibotier. Good luck for them. Even though I am wearing a Bermuda kit, Bermuda is playing Jamaica, so I will be rooting against Lati as I was just there last week. So let me know down below what you think about what we talked about today. Definitely a concern for squad depth, but just remember, a lot of other things happened. We retained our best players, which really is a win all in all, and the biggest win of them all is the purchase of the CBS and the future of Coventry City. So thank you. Comment, subscribe, like. If you haven't subbed already, you made it this far, just do it, man. And peace.